Hey there, today I'm showing you 5 sketchbook ideas with colored pencils. For the first one, you're either gonna need a round object like I used here or a compass and make a circle in your sketchbook. And then I started to draw this wave kind of scenery. I got inspired by a lot of pictures that I found on Pinterest. You know, those tattoo ideas where people draw those waves but with just with pen and not with colored pencils. And I really love how those look with pen. But I wanted to do this in a colorful way and do this with colored pencils. And yeah, so there's this sky in the background with clouds, and in the foreground there are waves, and the circle is a bit wonky, but we're just gonna pretend that it's a perfect circle because it is. And then I colored in those shadow areas and made those a little bit darker. You don't have to exactly copy my waves here, or you can however you want to do it, but you can make up your design and just go with this idea. I think that it's a simple and fun thing to do. Then on the other page, I wanted to do something in the same color scheme so that it would fit together, but it's a whole different topic. And here I drew some mushrooms. And those are super easy and fun. You can customize them to however you want them to look like. And yeah, some of those would be hard to recognize as mushrooms if you saw them individually, I guess. But all together, you can totally see that those are mushrooms. At least I hope that. So I had a lot of fun with those. And after drawing some of those, I decided that I wanted to give them an outline with the black colored pencil. You can also do this with a pen. But just for the sake of this video, I decided that I would do colored pencils only. And that's why I did it this way. And yeah, for this mushroom, I decided to give it this gradient. I think that it looks super psychedelic. I don't know why. I think it looks cool. So yeah, that's a super simple page. You don't have to be a professional artist, or you can just unwind on this one. You can make them as detailed as you want them to be, or as simple as you want them to be, and you can add shadows and whatever you want to them. And I think that it's super sweet, and yeah, that's the finished page. And I love how those two look together, even though it's a different theme on both pages. So the next one is really, really, really easy. And this one is to just get one of these books where you have coloring sheets and just color one of those. Yeah, you would have never guessed that you could do that. I know it's not the most innovative idea, but maybe you haven't thought about coloring one of those pages and then just putting it in your sketchbook or art journal, because I think that's a really simple, cool idea if you want to do something that's very easy. Yeah, I just ripped it out of this book and cut it out. If you don't want to do that, you can also just copy the pages and then you have it on individual printer paper, and then you can color on those and stick those in. I have a friend who doesn't want to ruin her coloring books, but not really like that. I don't really care too much. So I stuck this one into my Rectus journal book because it's about time that this one gets filled. But there are so many pages left. You can see it on the left and right side. All those sticky notes mark the pages that I haven't done yet. So it's gonna be a while until it's finished. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more videos with the Rectus journal. I'm not sure if you guys like those or not, so please let me know. So the next one is super easy as well, and I'm kind of in love with this idea because it's so easy. I took some toned paper for those and I drew those cute little clouds in different colors, and I think because of the tone paper, the white really pops. It would have looked cool on black paper, I think, or dark blue paper or something really dark. And maybe I wouldn't have needed the outline. I think that it kind of needed the outline so that they would pop a little bit more. And if it was on black paper or something, then it would pop even more. It would look even cooler, but I think that it looks cool. And I think that it's a good idea to get some different paper in your sketchbook or art journal if you have some colored paper, because it just varies your book, makes it more interesting. Of course, if you stick in a lot of things, it's gonna be really thick after some time. So I don't recommend doing this too often, but every once in a while I think that it's a cool idea and it makes your sketchbook so much more interesting. So I kind of love this page. And the next one is super simple as well. And to be honest, that's gotta be my favorite idea. And to be super honest, it's not my idea. I found this one on Pinterest, and the one that I found had some jars with sunsets. And I thought that you don't have to limit yourself on sunsets. You could draw any kind of cool moment in those jars. And so I thought that I'd do that with all kinds of moments. I ended up doing a lot of sunsets, but there are other things in there as well. So I flipped through the pictures on my phone and I searched for those tiny little moments that you have on a daily basis or whenever you travel around or do something. And I wanted to focus on those really cool moments where you think that life is really good and everything's beautiful, and the moments that you might forget because they're so simple. I wanted to draw all those little moments that I had photos of in those jars. You can obviously draw them from memory if you don't have a photo, or you can just make them up, or you could also draw a scenery while you are watching it, while you're watching the sunset. You could draw this, obviously, and you can vary that however you want and put all your memories in there. You could do this with travel memories. Maybe if you come back from a trip and you have a lot of pictures from that trip, you could put all the pictures that you have in those little jars. And I love this idea, those little jar moments that are so beautiful. You want to keep them forever and never forget about them, even though there are just tiny moments. And yeah, that's what makes life beautiful, I think. All those tiny little moments where you just feel like you want time to stand still and you want those moments forever, and yeah, you just want to keep them. And I think that this page especially is like an art journal, like a journal in the diary kind of sense, where you document your life and you keep those memories in a way. And I think that this is really cool because that's the thing that I really love about art journals, where you can kind of go back in time when you look at them and see all those things that you have experienced. And yeah, I really love this about that. And I think you could do that with a lot of things. Once I did something like that with Polaroid pictures, where I drew Polaroid pictures, but I didn't draw my own memories, so I really loved that one. And on the left side, I just wrote down what kind of memories those were. I really hope that you liked all those ideas and that you liked this video. And if you did so, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.